Ethmoid.
Same as this. This is sphenoid.
Oh, sphenoid.
Sphenoid.
That's what's by the nose. Oh, okay, yeah.
And then what is this going to be? Frontal. What's this? Maxillary. All right. And then you have mastoid, which is in the back here. All right. So, what are these? I'm sorry. So I'm not talking about what's in here, because what's in here is a spiral, but there are these divisions that are below.
Cavity.
Meatai. Meatai. Sounds like a very complicated word for steak. Meatai. Anyway, so. And what would you like to have? I would like to have one meatai, please. It's just nuts. Anyway, what's this? It is the nostril, but it is the anterior nares. Posterior nares is over here, and this is one that always gets everybody. This and this are the eustachian tubes. This is a eustachian tube here.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
And this is, yeah, it's right above the soft palate.
Okay.
All right? So this little meaty thing here is the soft palate. So at the end of this soft tissue, you have the...
That's the thing that hangs right there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the uvula. All right?
Okay.
All right, so we have a tonsil up here.
Is that the...
No,
It's not
Pharyngeal.
Pharyngeal.
Pharyngeal. And pharyngeal will drive you crazy. Sometimes you'll get like dust or pollen, and all of a sudden, if you could stick your hand in your sinus, you'd want to just scratch back there. Have you ever had that sensation? It's not in the back of your throat. Yeah, but
Between your nose and that.
it's a crazy itchy sensation.
And the ear and stuff. Oh my gosh, that's the worst.
And that's where it's going on right back there. Yeah. So, and like I said, the thing about the eustachian tube, because it's immediately connected to the sinus, when you have bad drainage here, this can get clogged, and you can't hear out of this ear when you have a bad upper respiratory infection, and because it's clogged, and then you take a bunch of Sudafed and it drains away. All right, so what are these things called again? Conchae or turbinates, all right? And so the epithelial is covering these. What's the epithelial? Olfactory epithelial is covering these, and it's on the inside, and that's what this is showing here, all right? Actually, these are some of the nerves that are coming from right in here. What is this? Anybody remember that? Cribriform plate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Very good, very good. All right, so we're going to leave the nasopharynx behind. Here's the uvula, and the space between here, this is the isthmus of Panama. No, it's not. It's the isthmus of the fosses. So the fosses are right back here, along with palatine, tonsil, palatine. That sounds really...
So that was the
Pharyngeal.
pharyngeal.
Yeah, so this...
And then the palatine.
This is oropharynx, sorry, nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx down here.
Okay.
No one name your male children laryngeo. Anyway, so this is a piece of cartilage right here. That is the epiglottis. So here's the tongue. There's another tonsil that's back here. What is that? Lingual. Okay, so these are salivary glands that are over here. That's for the digestive system. But when the tongue pushes back, this naturally covers the epiglottis, covers the trachea, and we're all thankful because there's no room for a bone to go in there. Right? So, anyway, that's the other thing that you all have a question about. So these are C-shaped. If they were solid and rigid, would you have any space for boluses of food to travel the back? Okay, so they kind of collapse in like this. The trachea undulates in, allowing food to go down the esophagus. The esophagus is to the rear. All right. Okay, so there's a bone, and it's right here. This is the hyoid, and this, do you know what this cartilage is here?
Thyroid.
This is thyroid cartilage, all right? And if you go down, you can't see it here. On the back, this would be cricoid. And I'll show you why. Because here's thyroid, and thyroid terminates on this pivot right here, which is cricoid. So this larger piece in the back is cricoid. So this is going to be thyroid, and this is going to be cricoid. So the base of this, I'm not going to be tricking anybody and saying it's right here, but cricoid would probably start here, and then cricoid is larger in the rear. All right. So, and I hope they don't do it this way, but this little piece here is further out. So that's actually going to be your true vocal cord. Your false vocal cord would be inside that space.
Are you gonna use those type papers to label that kind of stuff, or are you gonna use that?
There's a whole bunch of stuff here that I could definitely label, but I would say, tell me about the glottis.
It's the space between the vocal cords.
Is it there anymore? No. Okay. So those little white lines are the true vocal cords. To the right and to the left are the false vocal cords. Remember, I was being goofy earlier, but honestly, that's one of the easiest things that I can do. So the glottis is closed, and these are the false vocal cords. They don't separate from the true vocal cords because they're muscular attachments to the true vocal cords. And the true vocal cords are cartilaginous, but they also have tissue covering, so the glottis is now open. So these are the false vocal cords, and these are the true vocal cords with the glottal space being open, the glottal space being closed. So there's nothing that's brilliant about this. I'm just saying, try to play with that thing like that. So you go, true vocal cords closed, so the glottis is closed, false vocal cords are here, and then they actually bend down like this, and the false vocal cords have the vestibular folds, okay? So the glottis is open, and then your vestibule is down over here, and your ventricles are below them. Okay?